In question 17, we have a critical thinking question, so jumping to the end, we can see we're being asked which one of the following options best expresses the flaw in the above argument. So I'll read through the argument. The rate of recorded heart attacks among UK women could soon start to fall because a new blood test has been developed which provides a more accurate diagnosis of the incidence of heart attacks in women. Researchers believe that heart attacks in women were previously underdiagnosed because the old test was not sufficiently sensitive. They believe that possibly twice as many women will be found using the new test to have had heart attacks as were found during the old test. With more accurate diagnosis, women can start treatment to reduce the risk of a further attack. So before we look at the potential flaws, let's quickly look through the argument. So the number of reported or recorded heart attacks could start to fall because of this new blood test, which actually detects more heart attacks in women because it was previously underdiagnosed. But this means that the number of recorded heart attacks will fall because with more accurate diagnosis, women can start their treatment earlier to reduce risk of further attack. Option A is that the flaw in the argument is that it assumes that the lower number of subsequent heart attacks, i.e. the heart attacks with more accurate diagnosis that women can start treatment to prevent, won't be balanced by the higher recording of first heart attacks, i.e. the increased number of diagnoses that will come with this more accurate blood test. So this does strike as a flaw in the argument. We're talking about the first line which says there will be fewer recorded heart attacks. The number of recorded heart attacks could soon start to fall. Well, would it start to fall? In fact, we could expect it to increase because of the more accurate diagnosis and the increased number of diagnoses. But the argument is made that with more accurate diagnosis, the subsequent heart attacks will be of a decreased incidence. Well, in the interim, this holds true. So, moving on to B. Option B says the flaw in the argument is it assumes that the new blood test can be used equally well for men as well as women. While men aren't mentioned anywhere in the piece, all the arguments are grounded in women, so we can ignore this. Now option C says the flaw in the argument is that it assumes that a blood test is the only way of diagnosing if a heart attack has taken place. Now, the argument makes no such claim. It does say that the old test was used to detect for heart attacks and that this new test improves on it, but we don't know if there are other avenues available to test to see if a heart attack has ever taken place. And even if this were true, this wouldn't undermine the conclusions made regarding the effect of this new blood test. Option D is the flaw in the argument is that it assumes that treatment to prevent subsequent heart attacks is always effective. Now, although it is claimed that this will reduce the risk of further attack, there is no such claim that the treatment is always effective. Finally, option E says that the flaw in the argument is it assumes that women are likely to seek help more quickly than men. Again, this is a male-female comparison which is nowhere in the piece. So we can say our answer is A, which highlighted the contradiction between claiming that there will be decreased recorded heart attacks soon, even though in the immediate term the new blood test will identify many more heart attacks.